I'm the Hooded Lid and welcome to my channel. I have some good news. Actually, the news was last week, but the news is I finally got my Sephora order. It took 3 weeks to the day. The first thing I got was this. This is the Tarte bronzer and I really like it. The color is Seychelles. But today we're going to talk about something else that is really exciting and kind of surprising, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Rebel palette. And this is what it looks like. I've been wanting a green khaki look for ages, and I've tried probably 3 or 4 different palettes. They didn't really hit the spot for me. And the one thing that I kept, gold palette. This is the mini gold from Natasha Denona, and when you look at these together, they seem like they might live in the same place, maybe. It's hard to tell because the colors surrounding the powders are different and they kind of trick our eyes into what we're seeing. They act as kind of a primer, if you will, or a primer, if you will. So your eyes kind of taking that in and adjusting it as it's looking at these colors. I thought we'd do some swatching. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, and she has a very specific way of organizing her quads. This is Prime, and it's intended to go all over the lid. This is Enhance. I guess this is supposed to be the mobile lid. This is the Smoke, which is supposed to be the outer V, and this is the Pop, that you pop right in the middle. Now usually her pops have a lot of shimmer to them, but not a lot of base color. This pop is different than other pops that I have seen. And when I look at these colors, I see browns with green in them. There's almost a bronzy tone for this one, and even this one. And this one reads a little bit khaki, but there's absolutely a lot of brown underneath that. And of course the gold, which is, it's pretty. They relate to each other. But this is very different than other palettes that I've seen from her. I've only owned one quad and I returned it, and I think it was called Uptown Girl. And on my lid, I just felt like everything shined. Everything shined. And when you have a hood like this, you don't want that to shine. You don't want all shine on that. It just, as much as I wanted it to work, it didn't. I took it back and I never bought another one because all of her palettes have that element to it. And it doesn't work for my eye shape. And by the way, they don't really work for day to day either. It's almost like her palettes are all evening. So let's go on with swatching this. Now this color seems like it would be obvious to do with the gold. And there it is. And I feel that this is paler gold. It's not, this is more like a 24 karat gold, and this is more like an 18 karat gold. The khaki that she has is matte khaki. And I see that these two absolutely relate to each other. This darker color seems like it would be the color that you would go here. But you can see when you put these together, besides the fact that this is a matte, this one is cooler and this one has a bit more warmth and it's lighter. So this is where there's more of a divergence. This is her duochrome, which I guess I will put right here. It is so pretty. And you know what, let's just put it here too, because the pop would be like the duochrome, and as you can see, not so much. And then she has a camel color in here. To me, the Natasha Denona is cooler versus the warmth of the Charlotte Tilbury. So let's move in and we're going to slap some on the lids. And the idea is just the whole lid. I mean, there's no making a crease for yourself. There's no pushing the eye back. Just put this gold on. All right. To me, this is a lot. This is a lot. I don't know that it will actually read on the camera, but when I'm looking in this mirror here, maybe 2 feet away, that's a lot. It's certainly not for every day. The powders themselves feel creamy. There's no blotchiness, there's no crepey issues. But I am, instead of sweeping it on, I seem to be doing better if I burnish it on a little bit. I work it in and then sweep it. Work it in and then sweep it. Now I'm going to take this Smith. The Smith isn't incredibly dense, and I may have to pack this on or work on it for a little while. I'm going with the Enhance all over the lid, and it is dusty. So I just got this saturated and hit it off, and a lot of it came off. So I'm going to work it into the brush again. That's interesting. Full disclosure, I have used this before and I got fallout. So I'm really trying to avoid the fallout, because these kinds of dark colors, even when you clean your face, it just kind of leaves something there. And it's just better, if you have to, continuing to build than risk fallout with a dark color. And now I'm going to turn this on the side. I love this point. It really helps to get a little bit above the hood. I think you can hardly tell the difference between this eye and this eye when the eyes are open, because I didn't take it up too far. I'm going to take it up a little bit further. I mean, eyes closed. With two colors, with one color. There's definitely color there. But if the eye is open, you don't see it so much. So I am going to try to take this up the teeniest bit, so you can get a little bit of that visible when the eye is open. Okay, and the other side. All right, so that's the first two colors, the Prime and the Enhance. Now, we're going to go in with the Smoke. Again, I'm going in with the Smith because it's not too dense. And again, I have to work this into the brush. And this is the one where I think I got the most fallout. Working it in, see how much there is there? Now, knock it off. I lost a lot in that, but I don't want this underneath my eyes. But I got fallout anyway. And point it out a little bit. And now I'm just going to take my favorite blender and just soften everything up. What's so interesting is these colors work together so well that you really don't need to blend them. It's like a patina, and which each color that you lay on, you're just burnishing this beautiful patina. I do like the way the colors work together, and if you're someone who doesn't like articulated looks or can't do articulated looks because of the shape of your eye or your skill level even, this will give you a beautiful eye, and you don't have to have that much skill to get there. And then finally we have the Pop shade. I'm going to do it on one eye and close my eyes and see if there's a difference. So just right in the center. Do you see what I mean? It's just like you keep on adding these tones that are slightly different. I just got fallout on that. They're not different enough to make a huge difference on your look. All right, I am going to deal with the under eye situation because there's a lot of color still down here. Then I'm going to do my brows, and then we'll be back and do a little lip, which I'm also going to do Charlotte, talk about possible liners to go with this and my thoughts on this. I'll be right back. I think I'm just going to do a look and do some more Charlotte Tilbury. So this is my favorite highlighter. This is the first one she came out with from the wand, and it's called Spotlight. I just think it's such a natural highlight. I had already done my blush, and it's Sex on Fire. I think it's the only blush she has that doesn't have shimmers in it. Now for liners, I think you could do many things. I do have a khaki liner, but the color of this liner is actually not as deep as the shadows. So I think not going to work. It's right there. And it does look like it's the same, but it's not. It is lighter, and I think darkness would work. So you might want to do something that is gray, or if you like black or brown would work, because this is a brown-based green palette. I also have a sample of her Legendary Lashes, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I do really like the wand, but sometimes it's all over my face, and sometimes it stays, and I just don't know why. Damn. Mistake. I have fallout here. You know what? I think it's the mascara, because suddenly I've got some stuff here too. Sometimes makeup is challenging. I'm going to put on my brows and I'll be right back. My only Charlotte Tilbury lip liner is Pink Venus, so I'm going to do a little of that. And Super Cindy on the lips. I love the way her lipsticks smell, but there's a lot of dimethicone in them, which I find a little drying. And this is the look. I really like the look, you guys. I like the blush. I love the eyes. I'm so surprised, because when I bought this, I fully expected I would be returning it. I really did. But I love these colors. However, fallout all over the place. I don't know if that second bit over here was from the mascara, but I think it was from the shadows. And you saw I really worked the shadows into the brush and then knocked off the excess so I wouldn't have that fallout. And yet I did. Every time I've tried this, I've gotten fallout. But they're not dry, they're creamy. So it's an unusual formula, but I think it's really pretty. Now obviously this is a night out, but I think that these other colors are in the neutral zone enough that if you went without the gold as the prime and did something that was matte as a transition, you could bring it to work. So let's try that out. This is look number 1, and we're going to do another. All right, I am back for day 2, and you know what? All day yesterday I kept on looking in the mirror thinking, my God, I like this. But I could not make a daily look out of that because of the gold. For evening, really nice. So today I wanted to try it again, but replacing the gold, which is this shade here, would be a mustardy kind of matte. Now I happen to have one in Safari right here, but if you have Tropic, there's one in there as well in gold. Natasha Denona's gold palette, there is one. In Natasha Denona's Metropolis, there is one. She has a lot of mustards, and you might be able to find some mustards too. So this, I can't transition with this, not during the day, but I think this might work. So let's get into it. I'm going to move you in. All right, let's go in with this first. This is called Tamarind, but again, Denona has plenty of colors similar to this, and I don't know actually that other palettes have colors similar to this. Oh, you know what? Renaissance. ABH Renaissance. I've got a little creasing here I'll take care of. There is some concealer on my eye. And then open the eye, look straight ahead, and I can see that I have a little of that visible when the eye is open. I'm going to do the other side. All right, that is my base, which, by the way, in a pinch, one and done. Let's just go all over the lid with this. I'm just kind of burnishing it in. And I probably should have told you which one. I'm going in with this one. And they call this the Enhance shade. I'm just going to pull out the teeniest bit. And I kind of have a mess right here. I did notice yesterday that I had some fallout, and I don't know which shade it was. I have a feeling it was a smoke shade, Not sure, but it was right on my cheek. Kind of looked like I had developed some black freckles. Never a good look. Right here, a little fall down, and I think that might be fall down right here. A whole bunch of fall down in that one. Let me do the other side. Again, 2 shadows now, you could be done with this. You could just take a blender and let's get my Hakuhoto and just blend a teeny bit. So blend that transition up a little bit, just so it's softer. And blend the outer edge. I'm not even looking in my big mirror. And that's a pretty nice everyday look. Maybe a little liner under the lashes. I wouldn't put this under my lashes because I wonder about that fallout. But now we're going to go into the smoke, and the smoke shade is right here. You know what? I did the smoke yesterday. Let's not do the smoke. Let's do the pop, because this pop is unusual, and I just want to see in the camera. When I looked at the footage, I thought, wow, with my eyes closed, it was so sparkly, and I just didn't figure it was that sparkly in the pan. It just doesn't look all that different. I don't know. Eyes closed. So this has the topper, and this does not. When I'm looking in the mirror here, I don't really see a difference with my eyes open. And the whole overall look is not straight out khaki, which I am wearing in honor of this palette, but it's khaki gold. All right, could this be an everyday look? I think absolutely it can. I'm taking my Bigger Smith just to blend. Wow, I think this is a really, really nice day look. I'm going to put on some mascara, maybe line. We shall see. I will be right back. All right, I didn't do my brows. I'm not going to. But I think this can absolutely go to work, because someday we will be going back to offices. You want to look professional. I think this will absolutely get you there. I can't believe all this time I have been looking for the perfect khaki-ish color palette, and I found it in Charlotte Tilbury. A beautiful night look with this, and a really solid day look out of this. And, you know, I guess it depends on your skin tone, your hair color, your eye color, but for me, I really like it. I can't believe it. I'm actually going to keep this product. And it's doing for me what I had hoped this would do for me. I don't dislike this. I love Natasha Denona, but somehow this look has given me something that I feel like could go to the office, where this one, the shimmers in here, I think it's this one, the duochrome, is that it? Yeah. While I love this, when I put this on, it doesn't quite turn the day look into a night look. It just looks confused, which is probably user error. I'm just saying that this one is doing for me what I was hoping this one would do for me, and I'm kind of shocked. I am. Let me pull you out. That is going to wrap it up for me. I hope this was helpful to you, especially when you're looking to buy something and we can't see anything in person right now. I think it's so helpful to see it on someone else. And I'm happy to share this with you. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you come back again. Be safe and smart, and until we meet again, I am wishing you great health. Bye.